So you lifted the bag just to see what was in the bag?
Yes, sir.
And then you see the skull, and then you lift it?
Held the bag out. After like the third shake, the contents of the bag shifted, and I looked down at my feet, and that's when I discovered the skull, that basically at my feet.
When you were holding the bag up, that was 4 feet or so off the ground, sir, did anything fall out of it?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Do you know how many statements you gave to law enforcement in connection with this case, sir?
No idea, sir.
Between handwritten statements, interviews, depositions?
No idea, sir.
And that, all that period of time from December the 11th until you were in the second phase of your deposition, you never told anybody about putting the meter stick in the skull and lifting.
I believe I did. I believe I even mentioned that in my ABC interview.
Do you remember at any time discussing with Detective Mellich or others, in fact, that you had called back in August to alert the Sheriff's Department that you having found this vinyl-like bag in the woods with a skull?
I told them that I had made a crime line tip, yes, sir.
Did you have discussions at that time about, boy, you need to keep that a secret? Don't tell anybody?
What aspect are you talking about?
When you were talking to Detective Mellich about the fact, when you were talking in December with him and in January, that you had called back in August to report this.
Who are you referring to, sir? The police, or who are you referring to?
Any of them. Detective Mellich.
No, sir.
Detective Allen.
No, sir.
Any of them at all?
No, sir.
Once at the scene on December the 11th, it came out there and called after you made the more formal discovery.
Once again, you've completely lost me.
At any time, if you tell law enforcement officers that you get called back in August, and as a result, we're told, don't say anything about that.
You're not being specific enough. Please specify what you're talking about.
Mr. Kronk, very careful, sir. Did you ever have a conversation with any of the law enforcement people in connection with this case, in which you were instructed, told, or otherwise suggested to not talk about your earlier reports in August?
To the police?
Yes.
No, sir.
And were you remember a conversation about you, as we said earlier, keeping a low profile and keeping out of the public?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, sir, did you have any conversation about not telling the world Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Manager.
You may,